Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far, and I hope the weather has been as beautiful by you as it has been here by me. I'm in Northern Illinois, a southwest suburb of Chicago, and it has been absolutely gorgeous here. The weather has been nice and cool in the evenings and nice and warm in the summer, or during the day. It's been absolutely fantastic. So I'm so grateful for the weather. Of course, you know, we're in the Midwest. We're expecting it to change, and I know that fall is on its way. And speaking of fall, last weekend, I apologize for not being live last weekend, but you guys know we went apple picking with the family. We had a fantastic time. I have a ton of apples to work through today. That's one of my plans for this afternoon. So I'm sure I'll be posting pictures on our Facebook and our Instagram of my apple adventures. And I was able to do a really quick 5-minute live stream direct from the orchard. So if you were able to catch that last week, thank you so much for hopping in there really quick to join me. If you didn't catch it, that's okay. I didn't leave it as a replay because it was just a quick 5 minutes. But if you didn't catch it, make sure your notifications is on for YouTube so that when we do go live, you get notified. You know, YouTube, sometimes they notify you, sometimes they don't. Unfortunately, there's nothing that I can do to control that. But we'll try anyway. And thank you so much to each and every one of you that's in chat already. My goodness, there's so many of you there. My guess is probably because you forgot that we start a little bit later on the first Sunday of every month. That's because we do a virtual breakfast with our kids. We meet them for breakfast online, and because they're kind of all over the place now. You know, we've got one in Florida. We've got another one in Tennessee. We're going to have one in Connecticut. We've got one in even further north in Illinois. We're going to have one all the way out east in Illinois, so it's going to be a lot of fun. It's really great that we all come together for breakfast on Sunday morning. We have breakfast, we chat, we have a great time. In fact, our daughter down in Florida, she's in the Orlando area, so she is prepping for the second hurricane that's coming through there. So she was telling us a little bit about that, and she was actually taking us with her on her adventures through the grocery stores to try and stock up on some supplies for that just in case. So we're praying for everybody down there. We're praying for everyone that's been impacted by Hurricane Helene. It's just awful. All the pictures that I'm seeing online, it's just terrible. My heart breaks for every single one of them. I wish that there was more that I could do than what I am already doing. If you guys are wanting to try and help out, the best thing that you can do is give donations to the American Red Cross. That is the absolute best thing that you can do. Now, I know some people are not able to make monetary donations for a variety of different reasons, and that's okay. We understand. There are shelters and things that are collecting goods and services for people down there, but please be careful with what you're giving and who you're giving it to. Make sure that you do a little bit of research and making sure that it is a legitimate charity that is giving your donations to someone specific. I've heard a lot of horror stories about the scammers that are out there. I mean, we've had issues with trolls just here on this channel, and so they are out there. Please try not to become a victim to one of those. Do a little bit of due diligence and make sure. And like I said, if you're really just not sure what to do, the best thing to do is to give to the American Red Cross, because I know for sure that is going to go to the people that it needs to go to. So that is my little 2-minute spiel on helping people out today. Speaking of helping people out, if you are interested in making a donation to the channel, it is absolutely not necessary, but if you are interested, there are a variety of different ways that you can do so. The first and foremost is by our merch store. You can get yourself one of these really cool, nifty little coffee mugs. We also have some tank tops, some t-shirts, and sweatshirts. And I think there's even a drawstring bag available. If you do ! merch in chat, it'll give you a link for that. If you're not interested in purchasing any merch, but you're just looking to make a single donation to the channel, you can do that by doing ! tip in chat. It'll bring you to a PayPal link where you can actually make a donation through Streamlabs. Streamlabs is a legitimate place to make the donations, and then it links up with my PayPal and gives the money right back into the channel. The other option for you is if you are interested in trying to give back to the channel on a more regular basis, and maybe you want to add a little bit of perks to that as well, is through the memberships that we've set up a couple months ago. There's 3 different levels. There's the Thumbelina level, which is the basic. I think it's $2.99 a month. It's the least expensive option, and basically what it does is it just gives a little bit of money back to the channel, and it also includes you in our scrap busting group, where we will send you at least once, most likely at least 2 times a year. We'll give you a bunch of scrap fabrics. And now when I mean scrap fabrics, I don't just mean little bitty cuts and pieces. I mean big pieces of yardage as well. It just depends on what's left over from some of our projects. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I just stuff it all in a Ziploc, put it in a box, and ship it to you. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you check that out. The second level that we have for memberships is the Fat Quarter Club. Sorry, my brain shut off there for a second. A Fat Quarter Club where you are guaranteed to receive 3 fat quarters every quarter of the year. You have to be subscribed for at least 3 months first before you'll get your first shipment. Those shipments, I think the next set of shipments, will go out. I think they actually go out this month. I'm going to have to double check and make sure. But I will send you 3 fat quarters along with some notions, because I like to give away the notions at least 4 times a year. So that's every 3 months. And you'll receive 3 fat quarters for free as my way of saying thank you. And on top of that, you are also entered into our scrap busting club as well. You're eligible for that also. You just need to let me know if that's something you want to participate in or not. And then you'll also receive scraps at least once or twice a year. The last option is our experts level, and that is a big, big, big one. It is a more expensive option. It is our most expensive option. It's about $10 a month. And what that one will do is that will get you into the scrap busting club. That will get you into the Fat Quarter Club. That will also get you into a quarterly Zoom call with me, maybe Lucas, maybe Mama Joyce, maybe Sherlock Cheryl, who knows. But it will get you into a Zoom club where we'll be just working on whips and UFOs. And I'm an open book. You can ask me anything you want. We can talk about whatever you're interested in talking about. You can take me on a tour of your home. Whatever you want to do, you have quality time with just me. No camera, no recording, just hanging out, having a good time for a couple of hours. So that is my way of saying thank you for participating in the channel, for being a member of the channel, for just being so grateful. Sorry, I got distracted there for a second. For just being part of the channel. I truly appreciate it so much, you guys. I can't even tell you. Just a reminder that I did not start this channel to make money. That is not my intention. All of these different options of donating back to the channel are simply to help us fund new projects. I'm going to be making them anyway. I'm going to be funding them anyway. But if you wanted to help out or pay for some of the postage or what have you, you're welcome to do so. None of that is ever required. This channel will always be 100% free. And our focus is always simply on hanging out with friends. It is not on making money. That being said, now that I've gone through that show spiel, today we're going to be working on whips and UFOs. Now you guys may see some stuff hanging out here already that I have teased you about a couple weeks ago. So today's whips and UFOs, so I just kind of go into my stash and grab a random project that I've been interested in working on. Sometimes I'm finishing up on something, sometimes I'm starting something, sometimes I'm working through the middle of something. We all have them, and basically it just kind of gives us a day to kind of chill. There's not a whole lot of instruction that's going on. There's not a lot of following specific patterns or making sure that things are working the way they should. It's just a day of chill, basically. And so that's what we're going to be doing today, although for me, it's going to be a little more stressful because I am actually starting on a new project. I've teased you guys about it before. You've probably seen it sitting right about here on my cabinet for the last couple of weeks. And what that is it's a new cotton cuts project it's a table runner project that's for November, and it's for gnomes. They're just adorable. So it's 2 gnomes and then 2 extra pieces, 2 extra designs, and it's gonna make a November table runner. And I'm really excited about it. It's been teasing me up here for a while, so I want to actually get started on it. I'm guessing we're probably only gonna get maybe 1 gnome done today, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see how things go. So I'll flip over the zoom camera here in just a second so you guys can see a closer view on what this is. But I have got it all laid out and ready to go. So we're gonna get to that in just a minute. But first, before we do that, I want to hop into chat and say hello to everybody there. I cannot believe how many people are already there this morning, so thank you so much. And thank you to everybody for your patience this morning while we were trying to get the bot working. You know, sometimes it just takes a really good kick to get it going. Sometimes. But it does look like it's working now, so that's great. Lucas also mentioned that he did give everyone their extra thimbles. So if you had participated in our last Wednesday live stream, we had some technical issues. My fault completely. But because of that, we gave everybody that participated in chat that day an additional 5,000 thimbles. And we have confirmed that they did show up. So if you are missing your thimbles, please make sure you let Lucas know. He is in chat right now. You can just tag him. If you do the A with the circle around it or the @ sign, and then you type in his name, that will actually highlight it on his screen for him so he can see it. And you can make sure that you get those thimbles. So let me hop into chat real quick. Say hello to everybody there. I always give a very, very special shout out to the first person in chat, and I'm pretty sure that was Linda this morning. So good morning, Linda. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We truly appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for being so early. I really appreciate that. Brat46 is also here. Good morning. Thanks so much for being here today, Brat46. I really appreciate you being here. Fern, good morning. It is so great to see you again. Hello, good morning. I hope you're well. Carrie, hello. Thanks so much for joining us. Happy Sunday morning to you. Hi, Kathy. Thanks so much. Kathy is one of our moderators. So, of course, if you have questions, you can contact her, or you can contact Terry, who's also here this morning. Good morning, Terry. Or you can contact Lucas as well. They're happy to help. Now, Lucas is the only one that can help you with the thimbles because that requires a different set of user sign-ins and things like that. So he's the only one that can help you with thimbles. But Kathy and Terry are more than welcome to help you with anything else. Let's face it, they are the experts. So if you have a quilting or sewing question, they are the best persons to ask. I mean, I can try and help, but they're going to be the better people to ask for sure. Looks like we have a brand new member to the channel. Sean, thank you so much for becoming a member to the channel. I really appreciate that. That is so very kind of you. I promise you every penny that you give will go right back into the channel. And good morning. It is so great to see you again. Welcome back. I hope you are well. I hope you're doing fantastic today. So thank you for that. Let's see. Denise, good morning. Thanks so much for being here. Denise is one of our members as well. So good morning. Thank you for being here. Chloe, good morning to you. I hope you're well. I hope you're doing fantastic this morning. Let's see. Oh my gosh, there's so many people. Hi, Dawn. Good morning. Lorraine, hello. It's so great to see you as well. Let's see. Hi, Judy. Hello. It's so great to see you. Happy Sunday morning to you. Hi, Brenda. So good to see you. Are you doing apples just like me today? And whoever's spamming the hearts, I see you. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate the spam there. I really love that. Let's see. I'm trying to just make sure that I get into everybody in chat here. I said hello to Brenda. Said hello to Dawn. Naomi, good morning. It's so great to see you. Thanks for being here this morning. Happy Sunday morning to you. Susan, hello. I don't think I said good morning to you yet. So good morning, Susan. Thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate that. Terry, good morning. I love your pink hands. They're just so cute. Whenever Terry comes into chat, she waves with these pink hands, and they're just so cute. I love them. It's so much fun. I love it. Susan said Sibbles wasn't working. And it should be working now, Susan. I'm pretty sure it's been all fixed now. Yep, I see posts after that. So, yep, it was all fixed. Let's see. Am I missing anyone? I'm scrolling through. Lucas, looks like there's some issues with Susan's thimbles, so I'm sure he's working on that. So he fixed that for you. I have noticed that if you sign in from different, if you use the same sign-in, but you sign in from a different resource, like if you sign in from your cell phone and then you sign in from your computer, because they're different IP addresses, meaning they're connecting to the internet in different ways, that sometimes the thimbles reset. So if you do run into that issue, please let Lucas know and he can fix that for you. And if he's not around, then I can always do it too. Hi, Melina. It's so great to see you. Happy Sunday to you. It's so great that you're here. We appreciate you being here. Yes, Terry, always research those accepting donations. Yeah, 100%. Lucas, thanks for throwing that link up there for our merch. I appreciate that. I'm just now catching up to that. I promise I'm getting there. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anybody. La, 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 la. Going through. I'm almost there. Wow, so many people in chat today. It's so great to see. Thank you so much to each and every one of you for being here today. Now, I'm through chat. I think that I will... Sean says, I will be listening to you. I'm cleaning this place to make more room for my long arm. My cats are mad I took all their space. Oh my gosh. Well, congratulations on the long arms, Sean. That's really exciting. Can't wait to see what kind of things you make. Make sure you post pictures on our Facebook and our Instagram. And thank you again for becoming a member. That is, I am truly grateful for that. So thank you. The cats mean business. Yes, they do. All right. Well, thank you again, everyone, for joining us. We are ready to get started. It is going to be an exciting day. We're going to be trying something new. Let me flip over cameras real quick so you guys can see what we're working on. Now, dang it, I had this thing set up, so I don't know what happened here, but hang on. I'm going to make everybody dizzy for just a second. Oh, it's fine. It's just where it's sitting. I thought that was on my camera. That's not on my camera. So today we're going to be making this block here, which is the pilgrim block. Why is it upside down? Let me try this again. There we go. We're going to be making this male pilgrim block here. That's the first one we're going to be working on. But this is what the table runner actually looks like. Sorry for the glare there. So here's one of the blocks. There's another block. This, isn't she adorable? That's another gnome. And then here's this third one. This was a Cotton Cuts project. They had a 12-month project they were running through where you would get a new gnome every month. It was the cutest project. And I hemmed and hawed about joining it because I thought it was adorable. But I finally decided, no, it really wasn't in my budget. But then they put up, once the project was done, they put up the individual gnome blocks for sale. So if you wanted to buy just one single gnome, you absolutely could, or one of these extra blocks, you could do that, or you could purchase an entire table runner project, which is what I did. I purchased this November one, and then I've also purchased a January one, which is kind of tucked in back here. It's back there, but you can't really see it very well. So we're going to get to that one as well at some point. But first, we're going to be working on this November one. Obviously, I'd like to have it done before November, so I'm putting a little bit of pressure on myself to get it done, but we will get there. That's all right. So that's what we're going to be working on today. I purchased the batik ones because I love batik fabrics. That's just my favorite. Again, with the lighting, I don't understand the deal. You guys can see the colors here better anyway. But I purchased the batik one, so you can see kind of the batik fabrics. Here is this brown, and these oranges are all on batiks. I absolutely love it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Sorry. I was just reading here. Brenda says she got her long arm on Wednesday. Brenda, that is so exciting. Is this your very first ever long arm? That is a dream of mine. Eventually, someday, maybe when I have more space, I'll be able to get a long arm. But for right now, I'm okay with my current setup. And, you know, that's a lifelong dream. They're really expensive. And maybe someday. But definitely not in the foreseeable future. Alright, I have orange thread loaded in my machine right now. It is 100% polyester. It is not cotton, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. That's all I had for orange, and I think orange would have worked best. It was either orange or black, so I decided to go with the orange because I thought that would be more fun. The directions are pretty simple. They just gave us basically a table. You can see here the table of all of the rows, and they just told us what letters to put together. So they're pretty basic instructions. Everything is already pre-cut because it is a Cotton Cuts project, so everything's already pre-cut for you. You can see the triangles here. Again, the lighting. I have an extra light on it, so I don't understand why it's so dull. But you can see that there's triangles and squares here. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Let me see if I can move these up just a little bit so you guys can actually see the fabrics. Alright, I've got one piece here. Let me go ahead and get my iron going. I'm going to iron up this one piece right here because it's going to bug me. It's a little wrinkled, and then we're going to go get started. What is everybody else working on today? Hi, Carrie. Welcome to the channel. It is so great to see you. Thanks so much for being here. I can't say that I remember seeing your name in chat before, so good morning. Welcome. So great to see you. A Janome Quilt Maker Pro 20-inch, 10 feet table, LQS floor model offer I could not refuse. Well, that is exciting, Brenda. Congratulations to you for that. That is really exciting. We can't wait to see what kind of fun projects you make. Hi, Chloe. Good morning. Oh, you'd been renting. I think I remember you saying that you had been renting one at your local quilt store before. Some quilt stores offer that as an option. First live I've been able to make. Well, Carrie, that is so exciting. I'm so glad that you're here. I hope you have a great time. I hope it was worth the wait. We're really excited for you to be here. Lucas, make sure you get Carrie some extra thimbles since she is new to the chat. So we'll make sure we get some for you to play with. I'm just kind of killing time waiting for the iron to warm up. I guess I could probably put some pieces together waiting for it, but then I'll feel like I get distracted. So I'm going to just wait a minute here and let it warm up. Normally, our live streams start at 10:30 a.m. Central Time, but because we did a virtual breakfast with our kids this morning, we started about a half an hour late, so we will run a half an hour late today. So our stream ends at 12:30 on Sundays, but it's going to run till 1 o'clock today. So I do apologize if that kind of interferes with anything else you guys have got going on. If you got to cut out early or whatever, it's totally fine. I completely understand. I am grateful for whatever time you are able to spend with us, even if it's just a minute or two. I'm super grateful for it. I really look forward to my Sunday morning streams. If you guys were able to catch my live stream yesterday direct from the orchard, you will have heard me say that I missed you guys so much. I love our Sunday mornings hanging out together, making fun stuff. So let's go ahead and get started with this. Let's see how it goes. I'm not going to give you guys a whole lot of instruction on it because obviously you probably don't have one at home that you're making. So I'm just going to kind of put it together as we go along. And hopefully it'll work out okay. Let's hope I don't make too many mistakes. The good news is that these are batik fabrics, so I don't have to worry too much about the right and wrong sides. I will check just to make sure, but usually there's not too much I have to worry about. So I needed 2 of those and I need 4 of these. 3, 4. Judy's reminding everybody to hit that thumbs up. Thank you, Judy, very much for that reminder. It is always good to remind others. Some people call it paying the toll. I call it tickling the like button. Whatever you call it, make sure you go do it for me, please. Thank you. It really does help the channel out tremendously. And it's been really cool to meet some new subscribers that have been telling me that they got a hold of our channel through YouTube suggestions. I just think that is just so cool that we have gotten large enough that the YouTube algorithm is actually picking us up. That's really exciting. I think I grabbed one too many. I think I grabbed 5 instead of 4. That one back. Alright, so I got the 2 ends. Now they want us to press everything going one direction for this row and then everything going another direction for another row. There are a lot of matching seams. Each block is probably 2 or 2.5 inches. The finished block is 12.5 by 22.5. Go. So we're just going to go row by row and add them together. Go. First row is almost done. Look how quick that went together. There are 11 rows total. Right. Batik fabrics always finger press so nicely that I don't usually have to worry too much about them pressing on the iron. But with everything cotton cuts related, I like to press after each step to make sure that everything lays nice and flat. I have the hiccups again. Lays nice and flat. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So there we go. There's our first row. Put that one up there. You guys can kind of see it. Next row is 2 of these. And then 2 of these. And 2 of these. 2 of these. Beautiful autumn colors. Yes, absolutely. That's one of the things that I loved about this. Not only were they the autumn colors, but I just thought the gnomes and the pilgrim gnomes were just so adorable. I could not pass it up. I was like, I have enough fall table runners to last me a lifetime because I love fall colors. They're my favorite. But I just could not pass it up. Like, it was just so pretty. I loved the colors. The gnomes they got me though. They were just so cute. So cute. Fall is my favorite time of the year. I love the weather this time of the year in the Midwest. I love the colors in the colors. You know, all the leaves changing. It's just my favorite time of the year. Let's try that again. There we go. There's that one. So I'm thinking this is going to go together pretty quickly. We'll kind of have to wait and see a little bit, but it seems like it's already going together pretty quick. If these triangles don't get stuck under my machine. You know, you gotta love cuts in their triangles. Now this thread is a thick embroidery thread, so it is gonna give me a little bit of trouble. I probably could have went with like a black cotton instead of using this, but honestly, I'm just trying to get rid of this thread. Honestly. Have you ever had those threads where like, I just want to use it up to get rid of it? And since this is a table runner, I'm not worried about necessarily washing it a bunch of times. for it to shrink or that kind of thing. So, and I've used it before on other projects. It's just kind of finicky sometimes. Fern says, I love making table runners. It's my favorite thing. It is one of my favorites too, Fern, because I like the satisfaction of finishing a project quickly. And let's face it, they're much easier to store. It's much easier to fold up a table runner and toss it in a drawer than it is to try and do something else. Let's see. So I want to press this one this way. And I want to press this one. I guess it doesn't really matter. Then this one goes this way. And this one goes this way. Alright, let me press these triangles up real quick so that I can sew them up together. There's one. Susan says, a couple of years ago, I got an email from a quilt shop in Sisters, Oregon with a Christmas gnome kit. It was so cute, I had to buy it. They are just absolutely adorable. Like, they're just so cute. So cute. I could hear one of my puppies crying. I think she probably wants to go outside. I think she's just quiet enough that you guys can't hear her, but I can hear her down the hall. There we go. There's that one. Carrie says, if I'm going to take time to make something, I want a quilt or a bag when I'm done. Right, like you don't want to have to put something away that's only half done, right? Yeah, I agree with you. Sometimes that can be a little discouraging. Alright. We are almost done with the second row. This is going together much faster than I expected it to. Which is great, because that just means we'll be able to make another one. We'll be able to put the next one together. Alright. So who all is working on what around here? I'm sure everybody's got some fall projects going. Has anyone started on their Christmas gifts? I have not. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing for Christmas this year, or if I'm going to be making Christmas gifts at all this year. We'll have to wait and see. But I have not started on them either way. They're not done. They're not even close to done. I'm going to move these down. You guys have seen the colors now, so then that way we can start looking at the rows together. I need my color chart over here, so sorry guys, I'm gonna have to cover that up for a minute so you guys can start to see all the rows together. So there's the first row, second row. Third row is gonna be basically the same, except this middle pieces are flipped, but it's basically the same. So we're gonna grab that again. So this one is the S. A is over here. A and A are there. L and L are here. Interesting. Those are the L's. Yeah, okay. I think that's it. All right, let's get moving here. Let's put the triangles together first. Somebody made a comment to me once that they're like, Danny, I don't know how you're able to sew and talk at the same time. And they're like, I don't know how you do that. And I'm like, well, here's the trick. I talk to myself all the time. So talking on a YouTube channel really is not a whole lot different because you're basically still talking to yourself. Unless, of course, you've got somebody else on the stream with you. But for the most part, you're just talking to yourself. You're just more focused in your conversations. Is really all that's happening. Somebody put up our Instagram link there. Thank you very much for sharing that. I appreciate that. I will be honest and say I am not as active on Instagram as I should be. I really need to get better at that. Chloe says she's starting a Christmas quilt for a gift. That sounds like fun. Chloe says, I've been working on Halloween projects. I have to post them on Facebook and Instagram. Yep. Let me see. I'm just trying to figure out which way to go here. So, towards the black on these. Brenda, yes, I have quilted pillow tops and made 18 to 20 inch throw pillows. Plan to make some hotel pillowcases. All been warned that this is what they're getting. There you go. There you go. Fern says, I have a few things made for Christmas. Still hand quilting that king size quilt for my sister. Unfortunately, her husband of 50 years passed away last month. Oh, Fern, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's terrible. I'm really sorry to hear that. Alright. Now we need to go this way. Like this. I'm not used to working with these smaller pieces. Usually the pieces I work with are a little bit bigger. I'm pretty sure these are 2-inch blocks or 1.5. I don't think they're 2.5. I know I said I was going to measure it before, but I forgot. Actually, there's a chart here that tells us. Give me just a second and I can look for you. I was wrong there. 2.5-inch squares. I didn't think they were. 2.5-inch squares. Alright, let's see. So now we're on this one. We're going to go this way. Cotton Cuts also gives you pressing instructions to make your life a little bit easier. Go one direction, one row, the opposite direction the next. Oh, funeral this week. I'm sorry to hear that. Go. I'm sure that she will truly appreciate that quilt when it's done. Fern King, congratulations on winning the last heist. That's exciting. I was shocked. There were no thimble redemptions for the month of September. I was really shocked. Like usually we get at least one, but there were none. for the month of September. So that was kind of interesting. All right. So now we're on to row 4. That's row 3. Row 4 is all the same color. It's all this dark brown. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're making the top hat. So I started with the male pilgrim first, and we're making the top hat for him. Judy says she's saving hers for the car. There is no car. Maybe a Matchbox car. I could do that. That could be fun. Well, Luke has already got a car. He did actually get a car this summer. His parents helped him with that. And I don't know if you guys remembered, but last week, or the last time we were together, Lucas made an announcement that he has been successful in obtaining employment for his career. Obviously, he's been working small odds and ends jobs since he graduated a couple years ago from college, while he was trying to focus on getting a job in the field that he studied in, and he was lucky enough to receive a job opportunity. So him and Tony are going to be moving. In fact, he was looking at apartments yesterday. They were looking together at apartments. And they have found one. They're hoping to move into it in a couple weeks here. So we're really excited for him and for Tony. Engagement, a new job, moving. That's a lot of stress on anyone. But they really seem to be taking it all in stride and doing great with it. Tony is in her senior year of college, so she's got that added bonus of stress to go along with it. Here we go. Here's the bottom of our top hat. So this is the top of our hat, this is the middle, and this is the bottom of our hat. Why does it seem like it's not enough pieces? Because it's not. I didn't count. It was 6 pieces, not 5. So I'm glad I looked. Grab one more piece. I press to the dark side. Yes. In most cases, that is the best idea to do. Cotton Cuts does actually provide us with pressing instructions, though, for their projects, just to make sure that things lay the way they're supposed to. So I do try to follow their instructions. But when I'm on my own and the pattern does not give instructions, then I will do the same. Naomi says, I don't dare to cash in new thimbles because I still haven't sewn up the ones you sent me before. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, we are already on row 5. We're just, kicking butt and taking names here. So 2, 3, 4. And I need 2 triangles. These are actually going out together much faster than I expected them to. I think I have extra pieces. Like, I don't know if I'm supposed to have extra pieces, but I feel like I might. Like, I have these 2 pieces of yellow here, and I don't see where they go, but we'll have to wait and see. Alright, so these pieces get sewn together. Let's start with the triangles. I always start with the triangles first, if I can, unless, of course, it's not part of the instructions. Because they're the most complicated. Did you guys check out our South Carolina video that was released this week? Finally, I finally got a chance to release it. I apologize for it taking so long to get out. I had a lot of fun researching that particular state. I learned a lot of really neat things. They've got some pretty silly laws in that state that seem pretty silly, and some of the names of their towns are a little eclectic, if you will. But I had a lot of fun learning that. I'm actually having a lot of fun learning about all the states. You know, I'm trying to focus on the fun stuff. I mean, obviously there is a little bit of history there with how they became a state and how they earned their nickname and things like that. But I'm trying to focus my efforts on just fun, silly little tidbits. You know, little... fun little facts about them. And that's actually what I research when I'm looking for information on the state I'm working on. I actually just type into Google, fun facts about, such and such state, and see what comes up. And I go from there. But I love the blocks that we're making with those. So far all the blocks have been different. I mean, I have to imagine that at some point we will duplicate a block here or there somewhere. But right now they're all different. I believe our next state is New Hampshire, I think. I think that's our next one. I can take a look and let you know in just a second. I want to say it's New Hampshire. Let me check on that. Uh-oh. Music went quiet. Does that mean something happened? We still show maybe that we're connected. Looks like I got a connection issue happening here. A little bit of lag happening. Sorry for that. Sorry for the lag, guys. Hang out with me. Football Sunday. Yeah, no, I get that. I'm still here. Okay, good. Good. I was checking, the music went quiet, and that's usually my indicator that something went wrong. Yeah, New Hampshire is our next one. Purple lilac is the color of that, is the flower for that state, so we're going to learn a little bit more about that. And as you may have noticed, I have a fur baby that has joined me. This is my fur baby, Addison. What are you doing, Addie? What did you find? What did you just eat? What did you just eat? I don't know what she could have eaten because there's no food in here, so I guess we'll find out. She just crunched on something. Fern is the king of heists today. All right. Just finishing up row 5. I mean, I knew these were going to go together fairly quickly because all of Cotton Cut's projects usually go together pretty quickly. I guess I just wasn't expecting it to go together this quick. I mean, we're already halfway done. Look, that's how quick it went together. Go ahead and press this. right. Slide that up a little bit. We're going to run out of room here soon. You guys still see? Oh, yeah, it's not on the camera anymore. We'll just press up like this. Here's the next row. All right, now we're going to start using our white fabric. It's not really a white. It's more like a white with some blue tint to it. Oh, that is awful coloring, isn't it? Wow, that is terrible. My bad. It's like white with just a little bit of blue marbling to it. Is this one? My Yorkie will hide treats to eat later, then forgets where she puts them. We had a Collie Shepherd mix a few years ago. Her name was Bubbles. She was like the best dog ever. She was a Collie Shepherd mix, and she liked to hide her bones. Or any of her treats. Like any treat that you would give her, she would like to hide. And I just remember one time, and thank goodness Tony isn't on the thing right now, but one time, Mr. Wizard likes to make pancakes on Sunday mornings, so you guys know this. I've told you this before, but he also likes to make little ones, little mini ones, little teeny tiny mini ones for the puppies. And he gives them each, one or two little mini ones. It nodded on me. And he had given Bubbles one of her little mini pancakes, and she took it from him and brought it into the living room and kind of sat there with it for a little while, and then she brought it into Tony's bedroom, and proceeded to hide it underneath her pillow. So then later, I don't remember why Tony didn't find it real quick right away, but it was later in the day. Tony went to go lay down in her bed and reached underneath her pillow for something and found a soft, squishy, wet pancake under her pillow. She was not a happy person. But that was pretty funny. I remember that happening. Bubbles used to hide all of her bones under pillows in the living room. The pillows and the blankets in the living room. She would hide pancakes. She would hide, if you'd give her a little piece of broccoli or something, because all of our animals have always loved vegetables. And so we like to give them vegetables as snacks. Broccoli, carrots, celery, cucumbers. They like those as snacks. And so We've always done that. We've always given them, when I'm cooking dinner and I'm peeling the carrots, I'll peel the carrots right onto the floor, and the dogs will eat the peels. Those are nice, healthy little snacks for them. Carrie wants to know, how long does that iron stay hot before you need to put it back on the base? Carrie, I have never officially tested it, but I have worked with some full-size projects before, and it stays hot for quite some time. I'm going to say probably a good 6 or 8 minutes before I really start to notice that it's cooling off. But, for the most part, when I'm doing these quilting projects, I don't really need the iron to be hot for a very long period of time. I will be honest and say I don't use this to iron clothing. I only use it when I'm doing my quilting stuff. When I have to pull out my full-size ironing board, I will actually use my corded iron to iron for that. But I have used this before for smaller projects. But it lasts quite a while, quite a long time. And I have tested the temperature on it. Mr. Wizard has a one of those laser thermometers or whatever. Thermometers. We call them thermometers. He has an electronic one. No. He has a laser one for testing heat. And I use that to test the two irons to see if one was maybe hotter than the other. And honestly, they were both the exact same temperature. There was no difference in temperature between them. So I was really kind of impressed by that. I was expecting this one to be a little bit lower of a temperature. And now I have another fur baby that just walked in. I don't know if you saw her tail. Which fur baby is this? I know I saw her. Where did she go? Oh, there she is. She's literally under the table. This is Wrigley, our little bitty one. She's a Shih-Poo. You guys can't see her because she's under this table. Not quite sure why she came in, but sure, that's one of the things I love about this new quilt room is the fact that I can just leave the door open. And then that way my fur babies can come down and visit me. Before, my other room, it was right across from the bathroom, and it was at the front of the hallway instead of the back of the hallway. It was at the beginning of the hallway instead of at the end of the hallway. And so I really had to keep the door closed all the time because there was just constant noise and movement in the house, which is fine. I mean, the family's allowed to move around however they want. It would become disruptive on the camera. So this is just another reason that I love this new quilting room that I have. It's because I can leave the door open and my fur babies can just come and go as they please. Fern says, our dogs love watermelon. We've tried to give them watermelon, and they don't really seem to be all that interested in it. We do blueberries a lot more. We do blueberries with them. I put blueberries in their dog food. And then we do celery, obviously, is one that they really like. I've heard that they like watermelon, but mine just don't seem to really enjoy it all that much. Pineapple, I mean, obviously we don't give them a lot of pineapple, but we will give them like one, maybe 2 pieces when we have it. Alright, so here is the next one. I hope I did this right. Let me just check and make sure. Yeah, I did. Okay, good. So there's the next row there. Oh, wow. It shows blue on the camera. That is terrible. Like, I don't understand what is wrong with this camera. Like, seriously. Let's see. Let me catch up on chat here for just a second. About 10 minutes. The longer, yeah. So about 10 minutes. Yeah, about 10 minutes the longer you use it. Yeah. And I think it also depends on the thickness of the fabric that you're ironing too. If it's a really thick blanket, that it's going to absorb the heat faster and it's going to cool down faster. But I love it for the small space that I'm in. I love the fact that I don't have a cord. That's one of my favorite things about it. And I think it works fantastic in most cases. Like I said, I don't really use it often for big stuff, but I can. And I have on occasion, but it's not my go-to. Carrie says, nice, I have a small space. I've been looking at getting one to keep on my shelf so that I don't have to keep moving my iron out of the way. Carrie, I also have a mini iron as well that works really well too, but it's teeny tiny. So like pieces like this are okay, but once you start getting into like fat quarter size and bigger, it can be a little bit of a problem. But I do have a little mini one that I travel with that really is nice. And I actually, if you watch some of the videos at the very, very, very beginning of the channel, you'll see that I used the mini iron until I purchased this one. I actually bought this one used through eBay. I did not pay full price for it, thank goodness, because they're really expensive. But it's purple, and that's why I bought it through eBay, because they don't make the purple one anymore. But I love it. I absolutely love it. It is probably one of the best things that I ever did. I actually bought my mom one. Mama Joyce has one. You'll see Sherlock Cheryl using it on our Saturday streams. She has a white one because same thing. She absolutely loves it as well. She loves the fact that she doesn't have the cord. And it works really good. Green beans. Yes, absolutely. Fern redeemed a fat quarter. Congratulations, Fern, on redeeming that fat quarter. We'll collect those through the end of October, and then I'll mail those out at the end of the month. So congratulations on that. Will Lucas and Tony be taking any of the pets with them on the move? No, Naomi, they will not. The pets will all be staying home. Although I am tempted to give them the cat, but I won't because she's an older cat and I wouldn't do that to them. No, the plan is for them to kind of just be the two of them for a little while. They do have plans to eventually get a dog or an animal of some kind, but right now, we all know, we've all been there, we've all moved out of our house for the first time, and it's stressful, new job, new place, new area. The last thing they need on top of that is to try and take care of another animal as well. So they're going to wait a little bit, but I'm sure they will have a new member of their family soon enough. Preferably the four-legged kind. Soon enough. So, hi Tracy, welcome back to the channel. My goodness, girl, it has been forever since I have seen you. Welcome back. It's so great to see you. She says, long time no talk. I've been a busy bee moving, but I'm starting to get settled. I hope. Looking great over there, and I've been checking in on some videos and Facebook updates. Well, thank you very much for that, Tracy. We really appreciate it. That we're glad to hear that your move has gone well, and we are glad to have you back. We missed you. So thank you for that. We are on row 7 of our male November gnome. I'm just pulling the pieces for that right now. And then JJJJH. And then I need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are on row 7. Let me put the triangles together first. But it was great. It's great to see you. I'm glad to hear your move went well. Thank you for keeping up on watching those replay videos. I really appreciate that. I'm sure you're chomping at the bit to get back into your own sewing space and start working on your projects again, I'm sure. Wow, Fern really is just winning on these highs today. My goodness. Are they staying up in the area? They are staying in Illinois, and they are staying in northern Illinois, but they are going to go, they are traveling straight east. They are going to be along the Mississippi River from us, so they're going to be about 2 hours east of us. Nope, I'm sorry, west. I keep saying east. It's west. Straight west of us. They're going to be along the Mississippi River. So the town that they're going to be in, I don't want to give away the name of the town for privacy reasons, but the town that they are going to be living in is right on the river, so that's going to be really cool. But it's about a 2-hour drive from here. So not too far, still in the state. And not too far away. You know, they'll be able to easily come hang out with us on the weekends. During the week might be a little bit of a challenge, but I'm sure we could make it work if it came down to it. Lucas will probably not be joining us in person for our Wednesday streams anymore just because of the logistics of things, but he will likely be joining us on Zoom calls. We'll have to kind of play it by ear, though, to see if we're still going to do them on Wednesdays or if we're going to have to do them on a weekend. We will keep you guys updated on that. It really depends on his new schedule. Like, he doesn't have a whole lot of information as to what his new schedule is, and the job that he is in requires him to be on call certain times. So there's a possibility that he might have to be called in if it's during the week. So those are all things we have to work through yet. So there might be a little bit of a delay with regards to our Wild West project. But we'll get through it, and he's really excited to keep moving forward with it. And we'll keep you guys updated on how that works out. But yeah, they're gonna still be in the same state, just a couple hours away. Which, you know, a couple hours is like the perfect amount of time because it's like it's far enough away that you can't just hop over. You know, you can't just come over whenever you want. You got to make it a little bit of a trip. But it's not too far that you can't just, you know, come over for a trip if you need to or wanted to. So, okay, so now I need to go this way. And this way. I've always found that like 2 to 3 hours is usually a pretty decent amount of time. Taylor is down in Peoria, which is about a 2-hour drive for us, 2.5-hour drive from us now. And Tony is currently at Eastern Illinois in Charleston, finishing out her senior year. Hers is a 3.5-hour drive, which is like it's really an all-day affair. Like 3 hours down, 3 hours back. That's 6, 7, 8 hours already. That's really an all-day trip. Yes, Lucas, thank you for that reminder. Yes, Lucas told me this morning that he received his clue. So we are going to be doing our Wild West clue 3 this Wednesday. So make sure you check that out. That will be our October one. And then for November, he and I are going to be working out the logistics because by then he'll have started his new job. And we'll kind of be able to figure out what we're doing with it. And it will definitely be on a Zoom call for sure. We just don't know if it will be on a Wednesday or if it will be on a Saturday. It just depends on how his schedule goes. We're going to kind of let him get settled in. And then Tony is still at school. She won't actually be moving in with him until she graduates. Well, I mean, sure, she'll move her stuff in, but she won't actually be moving until after she graduates. They will be close enough for you to get to them in an emergency. Yes, Judy, 100%. Yes, they will be 100%. They will be close enough for emergencies. They will be close enough to come for family functions if it's on a weekend. Because Lucas does have the weekends off. He is on call, like every other weekend or what have you. But it will be, they will be able to come visit. We will be able to go visit them. It's close enough that things like that will be easy to happen as opposed to, flights and planes and things like that. So it's exciting. Mr. Wizard has been doing a lot of research on the town that they're moving to. So he's already got a trip planned. he's already got a trip planned of what he wants to see when he gets there. So we'll go see them soon enough. We'll let them get settled in and then go take a visit. All right, that is row 7. Now we are on to row 8. I need 2 of these. Chloe says she's got to take off. No problem, Chloe. We understand. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. We've got about another hour on the stream. We are definitely going to finish this block for sure. Might even be able to start another one. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. Definitely gonna finish this one up though. This afternoon after the stream, normally after a stream I will work on some other projects that I've got going on, or I'll just kind of hang out in this room and do different things. Sundays are kind of my sewing day, my therapy day, if you will. But today I actually have to move into the kitchen to do some cooking. My brain just shut off there for a second. We went apple picking last weekend, so now I have to make a bunch of applesauce, which is not hard to make. Cooking the applesauce is really not difficult. The challenging part of it is actually prepping the apples. It's, I have an apple core slicer peeler doohickey. I don't know what's the word for it. Thing that I use that makes it quick work of it. It's peels the apple, it slices it, and it cores it all at one time. So it makes quick work of that. So that really helps out, but it's still a time-consuming process. So Mr. Wizard is excited because he's been missing his applesauce for a little while now. This way. I need one more. There's a hair on me. There we go. Yep, one more. Because it's one, two, three, four. 1, 2, yeah. I didn't count the right amount of blocks. Let me add one more to this real quick. Glad I caught that before I sewed everything up together. Go. Sorry, lost track of chat here for a second. Give me a second. Carrie says, LOL. I'm glad to quilt with my domestic machine, but the bobbin runs out too fast. I don't do a whole lot of free motion quilting with my domestic. I actually send most of my quilts out to be long arm, to a long arm to be done. I have a local girl that does it for me, but I do the table runner stuff on my domestic here. But you're right, yeah, the bobbin does run out pretty quickly. Fern says, do you can your applesauce? I do not. Well, kind of. What I do is I don't can it, but what I do is I buy these little individual 3-ounce cups. They're little plastic cups with a lid. They're 3-ounce cups. I buy those, and then I fill those up and I freeze those. And those seem to work out really well. It's like a little applesauce cup, and it's like the perfect size, perfect serving size, because then Mr. Wizard can grab 1 or 2 of them, throw them in his lunch bag, and then that way by the time he goes to eat lunch, it's nice and thawed, it's still cold, so it doesn't, get all gross and stuff, but it's thawed, but it's cold, and it's just really good that way. So that's how I do it. In fact, that's why I couldn't make applesauce yesterday, because I didn't have enough cups. So I was having to wait until today when the cups showed up to do it. But I'll probably have at least 2 crock pots going. I cook them in the crock pot. Super simple and easy to do. You just peel them all up, sprinkle in some apple pie seasoning or some cinnamon and some nutmeg. Sprinkle in some stuff. If you don't like cinnamon, you don't have to use cinnamon. If you don't want to, Mr. Wizard likes cinnamon, so I always make it with the cinnamon. And then usually a 1/4 of a cup of sugar is usually what I do. 1/4 to 2/3 of a cup of sugar for each crock pot. That's it. There's nothing else additional that I do to it. That's it. And then I just let it cook down all day long, usually 8 to 10 hours, depending on what I got going on. Sometimes I'll go high, sometimes I'll go low. But I let it cook down till it all just kind of becomes mush. And I don't run it through a blender. I just kind of let the chunks be. I mean, I smush it a little bit, but I don't really do a whole lot with it. I just kind of let it be chunky if it wants to be chunky or what have you. And that's it. That's all I do with it. Very simple, very easy to do. So yummy. And we have a variety of apples that we've picked this year. We don't use one specific type of apple. The orchard we go to is awesome. The orchard has 8 or 10 different varieties. And so when we go, we try to pick, when we are picking the apples, we try to pick a variety of apples. So then that way we don't have all sweet or all tart. We kind of have a mixture of everything. And it works out really well. It makes a great applesauce. We have green and red mixed together. And it really makes for a very, very yummy applesauce. And the great thing is it never tastes exactly the same because, each time you're using a different combination of apples and a different, different amount of each kind. So it works out really well. Mr. Wizard loves it. I keep saying Mr. Wizard loves it. I like the applesauce too. I just don't eat as much of it as he does. If he could eat it every day, he would. It's probably not good for his sugar levels, but if he could eat it every day, he probably would. All right. Carrie says she has to do her own quilting or she couldn't afford to make it. No, I completely understand that, Carrie. I understand that completely. It can be very, very expensive. This year is especially expensive for me because I've created so many projects this year. My goodness. I cannot believe how many I went through. I've gone through... I have 4 that have already come back. She has a 5th one right now. And then I have 3 more that will be to her before the end of the year. I will have 3 more for her by the time December comes. So this year, I have made a lot of projects. And I think that it's because the projects that I have selected this year have been shorter term projects. The patterns are not as complicated as normal. I'm trying to... There we go. So I've been able to finish them a lot faster. Plus, I've made a much bigger commitment to the channel this year. And I feel like my skills are better this year as well. Like, I feel like I'm learning a lot. I'm by no means an expert at it at all. But I've learned a lot, and I feel like my skill level has increased, which has increased my production levels. So I'm not making as much mistakes. I'm doing things faster. Stuff like that. So that is has contributed to it as well, I believe. Okay. So I have to go towards this way. Nope. This way. Sorry, I had to think about this one for a second. This one goes this way. There we go. And then this one goes this way. Normally I average about 4 full-size quilts a year. At least that's what I've done the last couple of years. This year, I'm going to have a lot more. Most of them are projects that I had started last year and that are just finishing up this year. Hang on. Let me sew this piece on and then I'll figure out what I'm doing here. So a lot of these were projects that we finished up at the beginning of the year. They were projects we started last year or even the year before. That Tropics project was going to be the death of me, but we did finally finish it. In fact, it's just behind the camera here. I have to put the binding on it soon. This way. Just trying to make sure I'm doing this right here. There we go. All right. So you'll see that one pop up on the channel again soon because I have to put the binding on it. I don't know if it'll be a video or if I'll just put the binding on and then post you guys pictures. I did that with the Tower Bridge project. That was a project we finished that one. We started and finished that project I think 2 years ago. It was like the first year of the channel. We did that one. And that one just kind of sat for forever, it seems. It's kind of neat. You can see the... It's not blue, though. It's white. I don't understand what's wrong with the camera, but it is whatever. It's fine. Wow, lots of extra pieces. Lots and lots of extra pieces. My goodness, it's almost like I could make 2 of these. Yes, so lots and lots of extra projects this year that we're going to be finishing up. The long arm is ecstatic, of course, because I'm keeping her super busy. She does a fantastic job with them, so I just keep giving them to her. Okay, hang on. 2. Oh. JJ's white. So, like, something's not right. So, like, we're done with the JJ, the white fabric, and look how many extra pieces I have. I don't understand why I have so many extra pieces. I'm gonna have to figure out why I have so many extra pieces. And what I have done wrong. Because it's just crazy that I have this many extra pieces. So many extras. Alright, let's do the triangles first. Well, that's why I was looking like I have extra yellows. Like, what am I supposed to do with these 2 extra yellows? No clue. I'm going to have a lot of extra pieces. So we might just sew them up together and see what we make with it. Why am I over by the iron? I got all distracted there for a minute. These extra pieces are throwing me off. It's very rare that you wouldn't end up with extra pieces from cotton cuts. That's why I'm like, what am I missing? What am I not doing? I have to read through it again. See why they gave me so many extra pieces. 5 completed. That's awesome. Fern says she averages 2 to 3 quilts. Carrie says she averages about 5. Yeah, usually I average about 4. That's usually my average is about 4. And 4 is more than manageable. I think we just had extras this year because of all the ones that we started last year and just didn't get to finish. Because last year I think I only finished 3 total, so just kind of the way it fell. And I never know exactly how long a quilt project is going to take me to do. Based on the pattern, and I don't rush it. I just kind of let it go, and however long it takes, that's how long it takes. I make plans when I'm working with a quilt. I'll usually make plans of who I want to give it to, but I won't necessarily give myself a timeline of when I want to give it to that person. So then that way I'm not giving myself any undue stress. Like, I won't start a quilt and say I'm going to have it done by Christmas. That's not something I do normally. I don't like giving myself that much stress. Plus, if you guys have watched the channel for a while, you know that some projects take us a little bit longer to do because I often make a lot of mistakes. You know, that poor Tropics project, oh my gosh, I had to pull that project completely apart so many times and put it back together. And it's not like it was a challenging project. I just was not paying any attention. Like, that one was doomed from the start. That one was just a doomed project from the start. But it did turn out very well. The fabric choices that I made, I probably could have done a little bit better with. I don't dislike it. I do like the project. I just feel like maybe the fabric choices could have been different. and then maybe I would have liked it more. Or maybe I'm just still bitter about the fact that it took me so long to put it together. That could be it too. Now is probably a good time just to remind everyone, if you haven't already, if you are new to the channel or you like to lurk on the channel, you just like to watch, you don't necessarily participate in chat, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you could do me a quick favor and just double check and make sure that you are still subscribed to the channel, that would be great. I know that YouTube does some weird things, and if you're not an active member of the channel, like if you're not participating in chat or leaving comments or even leaving likes on a channel for a certain amount of time, it automatically unsubscribes you from the channel, which is really annoying. But it does it, and it happens, and I've been burned by it before. I've been unsubscribed from channels before that I watch on a regular basis. So it's really kind of annoying. So if you guys could just do me a quick favor and just double check and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And while you're there, make sure you're checking the notification bell. Make sure that's on as well, if you want notifications. And if you're new to the channel and considering subscribing, please take a moment to do that if you would be so kind. There's this last row. Okay, we are on our last row here. Again, so many extra pieces. I only needed two S triangles for this entire project, and I have like 10. I don't understand why I have so many extra pieces. I don't get it. So we're on our last row, and look at all these extra pieces I have. Like, this is all extras. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with these, so I'm going to have to look into this a little bit more and try and figure out why I have so many extra pieces. Like, well, like, am I supposed to make 2 of these? Or, like, why do I have so many extra pieces? And before anybody says, oh, maybe they're for the female gnome. No, the female gnome has her own little kit. Like, each block came in its own kit. So, like, here's the female gnome. She's got her own set of pieces, too. So, like, it's not her. And none of these have the yellow in them. So, I think I just got a lot of extra pieces. Which, I mean, I'll put them together. Maybe they'll go into our scrap busters bins. Who knows? But it's just thrown me. Like, why do I have so many extra pieces? I might even send a note over to Cotton Cuts and just say, hey, did you guys know that I have all of these extra pieces? Like 1 or 2, okay, you know, that's fine, whatever. It's hard to count, but this is a lot. This is enough pieces to make another block. Like, there are way enough pieces here to make another block. Judy says, I bet you're supposed to make 2 of them. And Judy, I would have thought that too, but like, I'll use this piece as an example, these yellow pieces. I need 4 of these. Like, in order to make another block, I'd need 4 of these yellows, and I only have 2. So either I'm supposed to make 2, and I don't have enough pieces, or what? Like, I'm not even sure. Like, it's just so weird. No, I mean, it doesn't say anything about you having to make 2. Oh, here we go. We've supplied extra parts to modify as you wish, as well as a larger grid than needed for this block for added flexibility. Oh, so they gave you the extra parts on purpose. See, this is what happens when you don't read the instructions. all the way through. That makes more sense. So they gave me extra pieces so I could kind of switch it out if I wanted to. Gotcha. Alright. That makes more sense. Yeah, some people needed extra pieces because they're prone to mistakes. And the small pieces, yeah, I can see that too. But it does say, if you read all of the words, that they did give us extra pieces on purpose to be more creative with. So I'll put them in a Ziploc and mark them as extra, and I don't know, maybe we'll do something with them. Maybe we won't. Who knows? Maybe I'll use the pieces to make a border for the table runner. Let's kind of see what the table runner looks like, and we'll kind of decide from there what we're doing. We'll kind of decide what we do from there. I'm just glad the mystery is solved, because like it was starting to really bother me. Like, what did I miss? Like, because you know, whenever you end up with extra pieces, you're like, what did I forget to do? like, you know, it's always like when you put furniture together and you always have a couple of extra screws and you're like, is the whole thing going to come falling down? Like, what do I need this piece for? Yeah, that's kind of the way it was. I was not supposed to do that. First mistake of the day. I wasn't paying attention and I made the wrong block. Or I was putting the wrong row together. And this is probably why they gave you extra pieces. So friends, for those of you that are interested in the membership, especially the Scrap Busters one, this is a good example of what would be in a Scrap Busters project. In a Scrap Busters box, it's just going to be these extra scrap pieces from another project. Like I said, sometimes they are cut pieces. I don't save anything that's less than 1 inch by 1 inch. If it's more than 1 inch by 1 inch, then I will save it. And I throw it in a Ziploc, and then I just stuff as many Ziplocs as I can into a small size box, and I mail them off to you. The first round of scrap busting stuff actually already went out in August, I think, is when I shipped that one. And I will probably be shipping another one here in December, just because I have so much extra stuff this year from when I was moving rooms and things. I have a lot of extras on the stuff. So sometimes it's just a small piece like this, and then sometimes it's actually a piece of yardage. Sometimes it's an extra fat quarter, sometimes it's an extra jelly roll strip, sometimes it's actual yardage from the backing. It just depends on the project and what I've got going. I try to make them as even as I can with regards to fabric pieces. I mean, I try to give, when I'm making the boxes, I always give each person a big piece of fabric and each person a small piece of fabric, and then each person like maybe some triangles if I have some extra triangles. So I try to make it as even as I can. I try not to play favorites. And then what I do is I seal all of the boxes up, and then I slap labels on them. So like, I don't know who's getting what. I don't know, I don't pay any attention to that, because again, I'm not trying to play favorites. I'm just trying to get you guys the extra stuff. So that is the scrap busting one. The fat quarter club, I do kind of the same thing. I have envelopes here, and then I just grab the fat quarters and I stuff them in the envelopes, I seal them up, and then I put labels on them. So again, I have no idea who I'm sending what to. For these club things that I'm sending out, you will not get a thank you card from me. For those of you who have ever received anything from me in the mail, whether it be a thimble redemption or a contest winning thing, I always include a thank you card on with those, a handwritten thank you note, but I will not be including those with the membership shipments, just because there's, you know, so many of them. and they all got to go out at one time. So those, you won't get thank you cards with those. You'll just get the box of, or the package of whatever. All right, that was our last row. So these are extra pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and bundle these up for right now. And I'll set these aside for now. Once we get all the blocks together, we'll revisit the project and see, like, maybe we can add a border to it. Maybe we can, who knows what we'll do with that. But so for right now, let's go ahead and get these rows put together. It's about 12:30 now. Now, normally we would end this stream here, but since we started a half an hour late, we're going to go ahead and end a half an hour late. So we're going to go a little longer today. Lots of nesting of seams. I will say that. There's going to be a lot of, because, you know, all these blocks have to nest. So, going to go slow. These rows are sewn up together. Bold cozies to match. There you go. Yeah, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. You know, it just depends on how things go. So I'm going to go ahead and open this one up. These are the last two rows, so I'm just going to go ahead and press these. I'm going to do this 2 rows at a time, and then I'll sew all the rows up together. Just makes it a little bit easier for me to manage that way. So now this row gets sewn onto that row. Weird music on the channel today. It's really weird. I use Pretzel Rock for my music. It's an app through Streamlabs, and sometimes it is just... Sometimes it's on the ball, like the music is awesome, and other times it's just kind of weird. I try to get something with a beat to it so we can kind of get hyped up, jump around, and have a good time in the morning. Get our exercise in. It is weird today. I think somebody mentioned it in the chat this morning about the music. It's just weird. Like, I don't usually change it too often unless it's really bad. I have a bunch of channels a bunch of stations I can choose from, but I try not to change it out too much. Alright, here's 2 more rows. Mug rug. Yeah, mug rug could work too. Yeah, Brant 46. Yeah, mug rug could work. Yeah, mug rug could work really well. We'll see. I'll set them aside for now. So usually what I do with any project is I keep extra. I have tons of Ziploc bags. And so I put all of my scrap fabrics in a Ziploc bag and I mark it scraps. And then I just kind of let it go with the whole project until I figure out. This one goes onto that one. Until I figure out if I need the pieces or not. You know, and then once the project is completely done, you know, the binding is on, all the borders are done, the whole thing is completely done, then I will take those scrap Ziplocs and I'll add them to the dresser. I have a dresser in here that I use for storage, and I have one of the drawers in the dresser is just for scraps. I've dedicated that dresser drawer to scrap fabrics, and so it's just filled with Ziplocs of scraps from different projects. And then if I need an extra piece for something, or I want to put something together real quick, then I can go and I can grab, you know, a piece from that project if I'm looking for it. Or if I'm sending them off to some subscribers, some members of the channel, then I'll do that as well. Judy won the next heist. Good for you. Congratulations. It's kind of a little bit of a crapshoot as to which way we want to go with this. There we go. There's the bottom coming together. Whoa. Almost lost my iron there. Go. A couple more. Just putting these rows together. I had a feeling that was going to be a problem. I had a feeling. Let's try it again. There we go. Go. Okay. All right. Hi Sylvia, good morning. I don't think I caught you on the channel earlier today. I apologize if I missed you. We are just finishing up the first of 4 blocks that I'm going to be working on for a November themed table runner. It is a Cotton Cuts exclusive project. You can actually purchase, there were some pieces still left the last time I checked online if it's something you're interested in. I can't guarantee you that they'll have this specific one, but they had different ones for every season, and some of them were just super duper cute. If you go on cottoncuts.com, so if you do !CC in chat, it'll give you a link to their website. and then go on there and then see if you can find their kit sales. And they had some left. I don't know if they still do. And I don't know what's left, but they were a lot of fun. They were like, I want to say they were like $40, maybe less, for the table runner kits. And it includes the borders and sashing and backing as well. That's in a separate package here. I didn't show you guys the whole thing because I opened it up this morning already. And you can pick which blocks you want too. That was the other really neat thing, is that you could just pick out 4 gnome blocks if you wanted to, or you could just pick out 4 of the extra blocks if you wanted. I picked out 1 of each because I just liked the way those looked. There was a Halloween one that was pretty neat. Just a lot of them. There's one for every season. The Easter Bunny ones were really cute. But I only grabbed 2, so I grabbed the Thanksgiving and then a one for January, like Mother and Father Winter. Really cute. So if this is something you're interested in, I encourage you to go to the Cotton Cuts website and see if they still have them available. Search gnome kits. And if you're just looking for 1 block, maybe you just want to make like 1 gnome as like you know, a pillow or whatever. I think they do sell just the blocks, or they were selling just the blocks individually, if that's something that you're interested in as well. I have no affiliation with Cotton Cuts. They do not support the channel in any way, shape, or form. I just really, really like their products. So that's why I encourage people to go to them. I think they're a great company. I think they have a great product. I have a lot of fun doing their projects. So I encourage people to participate with them. This finished block will be 12.5 by 22.5. It includes your selvage, your 1/4 inch on either side for selvage. I'm not 100% clear on what the actual table runner will look like with regards to the sashing. I know that they gave me pieces for sashing and borders. I'm just not sure what it will look like yet. There's no finished picture to look at. Sylvia said she got a free sample block from them. That's great, Sylvia. Yeah, they offer that as a program. You can, if you're considering doing the PMQ, but you're not sure what it's all about, they will send you a free block to try out, just to kind of get a feel for what the pieces are, how the directions work, just kind of the whole process. They'll give you a little sample block. It's really a neat program. It's kind of a try before you buy kind of thing. You guys know I'm a huge supporter of them. I love their products. I'm so grateful to have been introduced to the projects. I've done a lot of them. I've done well, let's see. I've done 1, 2, 3. I've finished 3. PMQs so far. I've finished 2 mini PMQs, because every once in a while they come out with a mini PMQ. I've finished 2 of those. I'm currently working on 3 full-size PMQs right now. And then, of course, the gnome project. And then I'm also working on another project of theirs. It's a different project that they've introduced, and that is our Floral States of America project. That is also a cotton cuts project as well. So I do have a lot of projects from them, a lot of them. And I understand that, you know, that's a monetary investment that some people do not have the ability to do. And I completely understand that. And so that's why, in addition to cotton cuts projects, I also have other projects that we work on the channel that are not cotton cuts related. They are just your traditional standard pick a pattern, pick the fabric type of projects. So we do them both. Let's see. Excuse me. Still have the hiccups from earlier. We're just about finished here. I'm just finishing up the last of the rows. I'm actually sewing the last row together, and then I gotta sew this chunk to the rest of it, which you can see over there on my pressing mat. So all total, this block took about an hour and a half to put together. It's a 2-hour live stream, but I usually spend the first 30 minutes talking. And I usually get a little distracted throughout the stream, you know, with various things that are happening. So I'm going to say probably an hour and 15 minutes is a decent amount of time. And if you sew faster than I do, it obviously won't take you nearly as long. Probably only take you about an hour to do these. There we go. It is a fascinating program. It is. It's really neat. I really truly believe that. I really like their program. I really like their products. I think they use very high quality fabrics. All of the fabrics that they choose are very high quality. I love the fact that they pick out my colorways for me already. I mean, I can choose from which colorway, but they put all the fabrics together. They coordinate them all for me. They cut all the pieces for me. So basically, it's just sewing. That's all you have to do is just sew. You don't have to plan a lot. And that's why, one of the reasons why I really like them is there's not a whole lot of thinking and planning involved in it. I struggle with regards to like coordinating fabrics and things like that. That's just something that I struggle with. I'm not that talented. There are some people out there that are really, really good at that, and I am not one of those people. I am not. I go with what I like, and some people don't like it, and that's okay. But I like the fact that the pattern is already picked out for me. Some people have a real anxiety about not knowing what they're making, you know, spending all this money for a pattern that they may not, or for a project at the end that they may not enjoy. And I get that. I truly understand that. I had that same level of anxiety when I signed up for my very first one. But that's why I went with a small, and that's why I decided, you know what, I'll do it once, and if I don't like it, no harm, no foul. I will have a quilt, and I'll donate it, or I'll give it to somebody I don't like. I'll do something with it. But at least I'll have the experience of it. And, you know, after having done one, and the amount of fun I had with it, and the pieces coming together the way they did, and the beautiful design that they created for us, I was hooked. I truly was. Now, I don't do every single PMQ. It's just kind of what my budget allows for. In fact, I will probably be skipping the next one that comes out, just because I've got too many other things going on. So I'll probably skip the next one. And then maybe go back and do the next, the one after that kind of thing. We'll have to wait and see. In fact, I was actually going to skip the Wild West one, just because I have so many things going on. But when Lucas came to me and said he really wanted to do the Wild West one, I wasn't going to make him do it on his own. So I signed up for it so that we could do it together. Alright. Final press of our first block for this project is the male, or the boy gnome, as they refer to it. And here you go. Isn't that adorable? So cute. I just love it. I absolutely love it. I love the batik fabrics. I love that little texture that it gives it. I love it, love it, love it so much. So cute. When is the Wild West reveal? Oh my goodness, Sylvia, that won't be until next year. We're only on clue number 3 of Wild West, so we got a ways to go. The reveal for Tree of Life will be in November. The Tree of Life one will be coming up here really soon in November. We are receiving clue 9 right now, so that's exciting. But Wild West, yeah, Wild West is gonna be a bit. We're only on clue 3 for that one. What do you guys think? What do you think of this? Isn't it cute? I just love it. I absolutely love that. It is so cute. Now I still have 3 more blocks to put together for this project. I have to do the girl gnome, and then I have to do the 2 accent fabrics or accent blocks that they've given me. So here, let me show you again real quick on the zoom camera what those look like. Sorry for the colors. The zoom camera sucks. It is what it is. But this is the project here. Zoom in for you. Oh, sorry. There we go. So this is the one. Oops, that's the one we just made. That is the boy gnome. Here's the girl gnome, and then here are our 2 accent blocks that we have as well. And you don't have to put the block together in this order. I might try and flip things up. It just depends. I'll lay it all out when I put them all together. But that is size of the finished. So the size of the finished block is 12.5 by 22.5 is the block. The table runner is going to be 4 blocks at 12.5 at 12. So was that 48 inches? About 48 inches wide. Hi Arlie, welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you again. You can see this is how it came. It came in individual little packs. This is our sashing and our backing, I think. I know it's definitely our sashing. I'm not so sure about the backing. We'll have to wait and see when we get there. And then this is accent number 2, which is the snowflakes, I think. Yes, it's this one here. That's accent number 2. This one is accent number 1, which is this one here. And then this one is our girl gnome, which is this one here. So each block came as a little pack to put together, just like you would normally get your clues for your PMQ. Each block came that way, as well as the actual table runner kit. So we will get there eventually. I'm hoping to have it done by Thanksgiving. I'm not going to do it all on camera. I'm going to do most of it off camera, obviously. But yeah, a lot of fun. I just love this. It's so cute. I'm going to have to take a picture of it and send it to my friend. She is obsessed with gnomes, so I'll take the picture of that and send it to her. So that's the first one. Of course, now that I'm making this, I'm kind of a little disappointed in myself that I didn't sign up for the whole thing and gotten all 12, but that's alright. It's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this up for now. And I've got a Ziploc over here that I put all of my projects in Ziplocs. I just love doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. And then I will grab a smaller Ziploc. I don't think I have any small ones in my little stash bin here. I think I only have large ones. Yeah, I don't have any smaller ones. So. Excuse me. I'll have to grab a smaller one for these extra pieces. I'm not sure what we're going to do with the extra pieces yet. I'm going to wait and finish all of the blocks up and then see exactly how many extra pieces we end up with. And then maybe we'll try and make something with them. Maybe we'll just try and sew them all up together and see what happens. Or maybe I will give them away. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how many we end up with. So I'm just glad to know that it wasn't me. I didn't do something silly. And that the extra pieces were an intention. They were intentional. So there we go. There we go. All right, friends. Well, that is it for this block. I am so glad that we put it together. It's been sitting over here, and like I told you, oh here, let me show you the Christmas one real quick that I was telling you guys about, the January one. So this is how it comes. It comes in a little bundle, and then inside the bundle are all of these little individual packs. But this is the winter one. Let me show you what the winter one looks like. Can you guys see it? There's kind of a glare. See the gnomes? This is the boy gnome. This is the girl gnome, because they're supposed to be like braids. And then here's the two accent fabrics. And I went with the batiks again. So you can kind of see a little bit of the fabric here. Again, this lighting is terrible, but you can kind of see a little bit of the fabrics here. But they're all blues. You can see the 4 different packages there. So I'm really excited to get that one. This one is for January, so we've got a little bit of time with that. And honestly, it's a winter one. It doesn't necessarily need to be January. So we'll get to that one eventually. But anyway, I am going to take off, guys. I've got a bunch of applesauce that I've got to get together today. I've got a lot to do today. Just a reminder, we are going to have a live stream on Wednesday evening at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I have already set up the comments so that only subscribers are allowed to comment, and you have to be a subscriber for a minimum of 2 to 4 hours. I think it's 2.5 hours, or maybe it's 3 hours. I can't remember now. But it's a long time. So then that way we can hopefully eliminate any more trolls this time. Hopefully we'll have a better time this time than last. Lucas will be the one sewing, not me. Although I do have my Clue 3 in one of those 2 blue boxes. I think it's that blue box over there. So I will have my Clue 3 as well. I don't think I will have it put together by then, but we'll have to wait and see. Next Sunday we will start the streams over again. Obviously we will have another stream on next Sunday as well. Back to 10:30 a.m. Central Time. We only do the 11 o'clock starting time once a month on the first Sunday of every month, so that we can have breakfast with our kids. So that is all I have got for you guys today. Thank you again so much for hanging out with me. Thank you, Sean, for becoming a member of the channel. I truly appreciate that. I'll get some more details from you later. If you're still watching, I do need a mailing address for you. So if you get the opportunity, please email me with your mailing address. My email address is usually in the description of all of my videos, or you can do email in chat and you can get a copy of my email address there. But I do need a mailing address for you so that I can add you to whichever subscription it is that you have joined. Unfortunately, it didn't see on the screen which one you joined, or if it did, I missed it. So I apologize for that. But thank you again for joining. Thank you to everyone who has liked this video. Thank you to all of our new subscribers. I will see you guys again next week, where we are back to some of our, I think we're on Fireflight next week, or on Wednesday for our Wild West Wednesday. All right, guys. Talk to you again soon. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye for now.